Hello everyone, my name is Melizer and I think I figured out how Final Fantasy VII will end.
What the fuck is that?
Well, I think at least. So as many of you last weeks I've been feeling like Sephiroth in the Shinra Mansion, like going insane reading and learning everything there is about Final Fantasy and about what the ending could mean. Putting everything together, I came up with the following theory. But let's start with a disclaimer first. I've over 30 years of experience of consuming games and comics and all kinds of stories. I obviously have no relationship with Square. I suck at predicting or any of this, so I'm probably totally wrong. But I'm just currently stuck in this tunnel vision, and everything that I read or see now makes my theory so valid. And again, maybe I'm totally wrong, but it's just so much fun to think about this. So, how did we get here? A few weeks ago, I replayed the original game, I finished the remake on normal, and I watched hours of videos on YouTube afterwards. Especially the Easy Allies and Dropped Frame spoiler casts with Maximilian Dude and Strippin were very, very interesting. Alright, get ready. Buckle your seatbelt, Dorothy, because Kansas is going bye-bye. I believe for Zack to live, that Cloud has to die. Alright, stay with me for a second. Let's go through a few things, right? Let's say the ending of Final Fantasy VII original game is the bad ending. The collision of Meteor on Midgar, Holy being too late and the planet trying to heal, resulting in a big flash of light. 500 years later we actually see Nanaki running. You hear children laughing in the background in the original game, but later it's confirmed that humanity has been wiped out. Also in the remake, Red points out that this outcome, him running there, has to be somewhat prevented. So we have to come to terms that different universes or timelines or in whatever form they do exist, right? Aerith, whether she gets a vision or whether she knows what's going on or she knows more than she lets on, and especially Sephiroth. There is almost certainly two Sephiroths. There are some theories saying that everyone relives them. For example, why does Cloud have the geostigma on his left arm, stuff like that. I'm not sure about that, but let's go on. We know Sephiroth is linked to Cloud, whether it's through the live stream or through the Genova cells in Cloud's body. Technically, we learn that Cloud can kill Sephiroth every time, but as long as Cloud even remembers him, Sephiroth can always come back. We see that at the end of the original game, Cloud kills Sephiroth in his mind, but Sephiroth always finds a way back in Advent's Children, and now as well. So it's also interesting to see that at the end of Remake, how much stronger Sephiroth actually is while he's blocking the Omni Slash that Cloud's put on him, and Sephiroth actually disarming Cloud there. So also interesting, even though now Destiny is destroyed and we are now on an unknown journey, the question is everyone has, do we still follow the same path? Can we truly change Destiny? Well, I truly believe that we can, right? I believe that the developers want to make sure that we have some kind of hope, but Sephiroth brings despair. So I think that Aerith will still die. So, can we truly change Destiny? I think Bugenhagen will have a lot to explain there. Then also Sephiroth's ultimate goal is to get godlike powers. I always was wondering what he would mean by that. In Advent's Children, he actually states that he just wants to use the Earth as the planet as a vessel, and then just move through the universe and get power from other planets. But think about this: power of a god is powers to create, right? So if we look at the end of Remake, where Cloud and Sephiroth they duke it out, Cloud cannot defeat him, and Sephiroth unarms him, and he states, which lies ahead does not yet exist. Our world will become part of it, but I will not end, nor will I have you end. This is the edge of creation. Let us defy destiny together. And then he gives Cloud basically a choice in 7 seconds. So I was wondering, why 7 seconds? I mean, we know it's like 7 seconds before the end of the world, before Meteor hits, before this huge release of power, before Meteor hits, Holy gets there, and the planet heals with the live stream. But what can you do in 7 seconds? God had 7 days to create an entire universe. So I think that Cloud only gets 7 seconds, so he can only change a minor thing. And then I was like, why Zack, right? That made no sense to me. Why would they show Zack at the end? Um, then I looked back at the ending of Crisis Core, and the cool thing is that what we actually see is when Zack looks at the whispers and they disappear. That's the moment when things can change, right? We all agree on that one. We're not shown the part that comes after, where there is 3 Shinra soldiers that shoot him in the back and that shoot Zack in the head and kill him. Well, so why are they not showing that? And they clearly show it's a different time and place because of the stand back, so it's different, right? So if you think about it, both Zack and Cloud are failed experiments. Cloud because he was just so almost in a comatose state because of the severe Mako poisoning, and Zack because Zack basically resisted the Sephiroth cell, the S cells. Zack is unaffected by Sephiroth's influence. Sephiroth needs Cloud to get him the black materia and to basically summon Meteor and get his power. Sephiroth needs Cloud. Sephiroth does not need Zack. Zack is on the same power level or even higher on Cloud. So if we follow the same story with Zack being the protagonist, things would go different. Because if you think about this, if you go Doctor Strange on this, right? If you look at all the possibilities, how can we possibly save Aerith? Aerith has to die to summon Holy. She cannot summon Holy when she's alive. She has to summon Holy because Sephiroth got the black materia. Seph gets the black materia through Cloud. So Sephiroth needs Cloud to give him the black materia. Without that, he will never even get the black materia. Aerith does not have to summon Holy, so no one has to die. So again, Crisis Core, the part where Zack is being shot in the head is not shown. There is still rain in that scene. You see the 2 groups, Cloud and Zack. You actually don't see Cloud alive. Zack is carrying Cloud and he states just a little bit further, I believe that Cloud comes back to that moment that's so important and he sacrifices himself so that Zack can live. Yeah, so what if everything went wrong when Cloud took up the mantle of Zack, because Cloud's under Sephiroth's control? And then suddenly, if you think about this, if this is even possible, then suddenly everything could make sense, right? At the start of the game, you see a bird flying from the plains toward the city. What if Sephiroth already made it happen that he let Zack die and not Cloud? If you see Aerith, she has that flower with her. The flower symbolizes a lover's reunion. Cloud was never Aerith's lover. Aerith and Zack are the couple. Aerith belongs to Zack. Also, Cloud's memory gets constantly blocked whenever Zack is mentioned. It gets totally blocked. What if that's blocked by Sephiroth? Think about it. If you also think about the writers, what have they been doing in the remake? They have been amplifying the impact of all the events. Now they give us hope that we can change something, we can change destiny, but then death of Aerith will hit even harder. So what if we learn through the next games that we can change things, even how much we wanted to, or much we will try, we can change things. Because Sephiroth brings despair, all the hope we've gotten so far is gone. What's also really cool, if you look at some other things in the game, for example, it starts with the introduction menu. You see the sword in the ground. The sword in the ground, the Buster Sword, actually represents the grave of Zack and Advent's children. In the end, it's even moved to the church. And at the end, you see the same sword in the ground when Sephiroth disarms Cloud. What's also cool is that Cloud's limit break is called Ascension instead of Climazard. Why? Why would they name it Ascension? If you can go even further, Why is Tifa has purple paint on his gloves? Is that a Purple Rain reference? Were the devs Prince fans? According to Prince, Purple Rain pertains to the end of the world and being with the one you love and letting your faith or God guide you through the purple rain. Okay, that's probably too far, but so we have a lot of symbolism. You have the church, the Advent children. What if Cloud is becoming a Christ figure and Sephiroth the Antichrist? If you see where in Advent's children, when Cloud washes everyone, it's very biblical in a sense. Also, if Cloud is remembered somehow by the others, Cloud becomes the martyr for the planet. The cause is here the planet, not religion. And what if then Zack becomes a prophet figure and give everyone in the slum something to fight for? What if they can convince and fight against Shinra, and suddenly Rufus starts to see they could be wrong and they are building the true Midgar? So I don't know about all these last things, but it's very interesting. I really think this could be a cool ending, but I wonder what you think about this. Alright, that pretty much wraps it up. So what do you think? You think this could be true? If not, well, how do you think it will end? Let me know in the comments and have a good day. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.